Hello and welcome to Rule of Three's video review for Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel. I'm Synyster Dreamer, and this is actually going to be a review that's done with two of us instead of three, because this game I'm doing without Royman and Impressions. This week I have a guest reviewer. Our guest reviewer is Birdman. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
I've always worked more.
Alright, so Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel is the third game in a series of 3 games so far, made by Visceral Games and EA. It's a third-person shooter, and it is on a new engine. It's on the new Frostbite 2 engine instead of the Unreal 3 that it's been on for the past 2 games.
Split up. See if we can't flank that lieutenant.
For
all right, we can get one of us over
this game's
let's do it.
Previous experiences for this kind of game series, I've played 1 and 2. I've actually enjoyed it. I've liked the games up to so far, and so far this game's actually caught my interest.
We can get one of
So
us
Birdman,
over this
what's
wall.
been your previous experiences?
I've got little experience with 1, but I played it enough to where I got a feel, and it was just like Gears of War, just like the second one. Didn't play that one as much, and then got invited with you to play this third one, and it's been a non-stop thrill ride since we started playing from the beginning.
Yeah, because in the same way, I have that same feeling that it's kind of got that little bit of Gears of War in it, where you can rush and stuff. So, now starting to go into the meat of this stuff. For story, you are 2 new operatives to this Army of 2, or as they call it, TWO, and you're being tasked to go into Mexico, which that's always got to be fun, right?
Yes.
So, for me, I thought the story was really well done, and especially because of the fact that it draws you in, and for me, it makes me feel like I didn't want to put the controller down.
I feel the same exact way. It's you think the game's gonna stop, and then it just keeps going and keeps going, and it keeps you hooked the entire game.
Yeah, because I know we've had moments where we're sitting there going, we gotta do this, start it, redo it, keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, the storyline for this one, I honestly have to say, is so far the best out of the 3. It's been very thrilling, and the characters alone just have been cracking me up the whole time.
Yeah, as far as all the smart remarks and the jokes going back and forth with each other, and it's been a pretty funny game.
Yeah, so don't want to spoil too much with the game, but the story, I have to say, has been really top notch. So, going into the very meat of the game, gameplay and all that fun stuff. This game pretty much has been set with the same basis as all the other games. You know, you go in, you have your operative, you have all the guns, you have all the different gear styles, and the big thing for Army of Two is those masks. Those masks that, define Army of Two. I do have to say, I love the vast amount of different gear style looks and the masks that you can choose from, and a few cameos that they brought in for masks I really like, considering I stuck with 2 different ones when we unlocked them.
Yeah, I feel the same way. That was definitely a big hooking point for me, was the vast amount of customization that you can have throughout the game, as far as you guys can match outfits as if you guys were brothers in the game, or you guys can have the same outfits but different masks, so you guys look more like partners and more like an organization.
Yeah, and then going further into the customization is the armory. The armory in this game is just, you figure it's the basic loadout you would get for any real, PMC kind of unit, where you basically can buy whatever guns that the normal military would have on hand, and you can customize these things out to your heart's content. You want to throw a scope on it, you can throw a scope on it. You want to throw a grenade launcher onto your assault rifle, go ahead. Bigger clip, drum size clip, as long as you have the money, you can customize all the heck you want. Yeah. Birdman?
Yeah, as far as the more missions you play, the more money you get. The more money you get, the more customization options it allows you to open up, and the higher you rank up throughout the game, the more guns, the more skins, the different sights and ammunition you can unlock for the game. Um, it kept me hooked the whole time. I was constantly changing my outlook, and it was a blast.
And one thing you brought up being the rank system, that is something, if I remember correctly, is something new that they actually brought into this game. The rank system happens at not the end of each mission, but also at the end of each segment. Because this game breaks it down into you have your mission overlook, and then you get areas where it stops. You see what you've done for the mission, so you get a little bit of cash every few segments, and then you move on to the next mission. In the ranking system, it gets broken down into, okay, what overall score you did with, the money of, okay, how many overkills, how many headshots, how many kills with overkill, how many tag team stuff that you've done with your partner, and it's like you have to work with your partner to really rack up a lot of money. Then it goes from there, and it has an added system which is the kind of a winner-loser kind of deal, which I kind of like, but kind of dislike at the same time, because sometimes people may get big heads, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I have no complaints about the game at all. I mean, I'm trying to think here.
What do you think about the rank system?
The rank system, it gives you a range diverse. I'm trying to think what the right word here is. There you go. As far as the higher the rank up you are, the more masks, the more outfits, the more tattoos, the more guns, everything you have becomes available to you the farther you get into the game.
Yeah, so it's a nice addition that they did for the game, and where they broke it down, which was kind of nice. It was like, okay, hey, you're in this mission, but you get times to stop and really think of what you're doing, because it gave you a chance to either you can continue on with the mission at hand with whatever gun loadout you got, or if you got enough money that you can go back to the armory and, hey, look, I can unlock a new weapon. I've unlocked a new weapon. I want to buy it. Let's upgrade it. Or, hey, then I got a new mask or a new outfit set or a new tattoo. And that was the nice thing is, like, in the beginning I kind of thought it was like, oh, they're throwing a lot of stuff at me, so I figured the game gonna be short.
Yeah.
Well, I was wrong, considering, I was being thrown, like, every weapon was, like, almost every single level until then they started slowing down, but then it was just like, this game just kept going, and going, and going, and I was in shock that the game was so far as long as we've gotten to it.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. It just you're hooked the whole time, and you start off thinking that you're going to go through the rank system really fast. That you start getting tossed a lot of money at a very fast pace. But like you said, it slows down, and even when you get towards the end of the game, you're still not full rank, and there's still a lot more stuff to do as you get farther, and it's been good.
So I have to say, just kind of like a final thing, that even with where we're at with, I think it's like at least 12 hours into the game, we're still not done. That is amazing for a game of this kind of caliber, because you don't really see a lot of shooters, third-person shooter games lasting, what is it?
I would say typical.
5-6 hours?
Yeah, I would say typical about 5-6 hour game. And this game is just beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's like, I want to say after the first day of playing, when I got it, I was like, wait, we're still this far and we haven't finished? Wait? I'm so confused. So, other than that, and then when you get down to the controls, basic game controls, your basic shooter controls, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Gears of War, Halo. The controls just felt like your normal shooter, okay, left trigger, left bumper is aim, right trigger is shoot. You can have, your secondary weapon is another button that just like, it all felt easy to handle and understand. That's just me.
Yeah, I felt that this game was a lot of Call of Duty meets Gears of War as far as you can run from cover to cover, you can blind fire up and over crates, you can destroy your environment to get to somebody, you can throw grenades. Equipping the right side allows you to go into first person aim, so that gives you that Call of Duty feel like you're actually in the fight rather than just that behind the shoulder over the view look like what Gears of War gives you.
Yeah, one thing you did bring up was the destructible environment. That's the one thing I kind of thought it was a Frostbite engine, because if you've ever played Battlefield or any of the prior Battlefield games, that's been the Frostbite engine, which is destructible environment.
Mm-hmm.
When you got into this game, it's just like you get into overkill mode, which OMG, overkill mode is like a godsend when
It's just absolute carnage everywhere.
things go to hell in a handbasket. You're just like, crap, so many enemies. Okay, you have full overkill bar. Hit it. Boom, it just goes into this. You're unlimited ammo, you're invincible, you're just mowing things down. So I remember one of the situations we were in, we had a double door, and we had full bar, so we kicked the door in and just activated overkill and just wiped the place.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I actually enjoy about this game, is that the versatility of being able to work with someone, and you can either online or just with that person sitting next to you, you can interact with them and be able to be like, hey, we're gonna do this and let's go. So
Yeah, moving from bunker to bumper, you guys are constantly communicating with each other. Hey, I'm moving up, cover me. I got guys behind me, I have guys in front of me, guys on my right. I need backup. It's all very interactive.
yeah. And one little slight thing I did overlook, but it's something that you probably will figure out in the game, is the aggro system. If you're playing with someone, it might be a good idea to find out who wants to take aggro, because those will be most of the time when people are shooting at that person, so that the other person can get around and flank whoever you're facing off with at that moment, and you'll be able to get higher points, because if you're flanking, you got aggro, you just can do a lot better than just trying to sit there with both people sitting at one spot.
Yeah, and the different flanking system in the game, by having one person shooting, you're holding aggro, and then that person flanks, you get a lot higher points than just one person killing that person. Or if you're in the middle of doing a melee combo, and then your partner runs up and helps you melee that person, you perform that different style combo, and it gives you a higher generated point, so you're earning more money for your kill.
Yeah, so. Alright. Well, that's pretty much about it, without trying to go too much into trying to talk more about the game without spoiling anything. But, we got the fun stuff. So, here at the Rule of Three, we do a game score based off of a buy rent pass system. We don't do points, because we just think numbers are kind of stupid, and honestly, they just don't give an actual good idea of what the game feels like. So, buy for us is, it's worth the money. It's worth going out buying the $60 game, $40 game, whatever, full price, getting it right now. Rent is basically either once it drops in price, or if you can run it off of GameFly or Redbox, or have a friend who has it and borrow it off of them. Pass is basically game doesn't meet anything, isn't worth anything, and you might as well just give it to the guys in the game to let them blow it up with a grenade or something. So I'm gonna pass it off to Birdman and give his game score.
I would definitely give this game a buy. I highly recommend it to anyone out there that's in the Gears of War or Army of Two series. If you guys have played the other two, I would definitely say this is a buy.
Alright, and for me, Synyster Dreamer, I give the game score a buy also, because the game has just been one fun expedition throughout this game. It's kept me in the game going, and I've been wanting to keep playing and trying to finish it, and every time I do, it's like, every time I stop, it's like, we're not done. So, there you go. We got 2 buys off of this game, and really well done game. So, that's it for us at the Rule of 3 here. So remember to subscribe, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and as always, trust in the Rule of 3.